Prefect is like a security guard at school, always ready to keep the peace. Students appear. Imagine her running around in her uniform, which can lead to bigger dramas. Without him, maybe we'll see more. Fight from the movie Fight at School. In Inuzuka and Persia, a more complicated couple than an unfinished thesis, although they often fight. It also has a deep love for, but still approach each other and create a dynamic. A lot of people, although in Inuzuka, trying not to get involved in fights. Situation forces him to become an impromptu superhero. From his friends' attacks, it shows that behind his fierce face, he actually cares. Like a married couple fighting about cute. Inuzuka has a big problem. A lot of friends stick to it like glue. He hoped to steal time with the Persians so that they can get close, but it's hard to break through the crowd, especially when his friends get ready for selfies. Play a C focus to my true love. Make the atmosphere more tense between. Like hearing a fire alarm in the middle of a test, Issei appeared with a ruthless attitude that made. It was like watching a horror movie when he came. Yet so, the Persians still believe in Inuzuka. She had the nerve to celebrate their birthday. Feels like dancing on a thin wire. This shows the strength of their relationship. They, as if to say, we can face anything, as long as we are both here. Hasuki the lonely, trying to be useful for Inuzuka, like being an unwanted assistant in a group. Inuzuka began to realize that Hasuki, even though it does bring negative consequences, but the feud between Hasuki and Inuzuka will still continue. Between group members who disagree, the tension between them increased. It had an impact on their relationship with Persian, making the situation even more complicated. In the middle of all this drama, the Persians kept trying to support Inuzuka like a protector in a superhero movie. He didn't give up on building to be like the antagonist. Inuzuka began to feel angry and determined to protect the Persians. Like a superhero preparing to face his enemy, he was determined to show his courage in front of. I could be the hero, even though you wear a slightly tattered shirt. But Inuzuka's leadership began to be questioned. After his team suffered a loss, it makes him have to face the consequences. Heavier than the last test. His friends start to drift away from his, which avoids contamination from failure. But don't worry. Friendship between Persia and Inuzuka is getting stronger after they supported each other in difficult situations. The moment of sharing between them makes. Sometimes there are misunderstandings that make them vapor. Shake it and shout it. Because of their bravery in securing the commotion at the festival, even though they're heroes, apparently they feel lonely. Their costumes were considered different from ordinary students, probably because they weren't wearing costumes. Feeling deep sadness when left alone. Even though his heart was crushed, he realizes how good Inuzuka is, and screamed like a sad song, which was suddenly sung in the middle of the concert. Issei begins to show jealousy towards the relationship. But thankfully, he ultimately chose not to get in the way. Maybe he thinks, why should you interfere? He also gave, as a token of gratitude for their friendship, became useless items in the lottery. Persians vigorously practiced, makes the perfect pastries ready to share. Persian like a talented chef. Delicious for the people closest to him. Those cakes can be weapons in captivating hearts. despite knowing that he has a record of defeats, decided to fight the bold action that he was determined to fight for. Although sometimes it's better to hide behind the couch. Persians were anxious when they saw. In his heart, he felt unable to protect Inuzuka. It shows the emotional depth of, like two characters in a novel. Ayushi dormitory supervisor, trying to keeping an eye on students trying to escape. He asked Suki to help him. Hope the situation stays safe. They both look more alike detectives rather than students. Suspicion of Inuzuka increased. Suspicious items in his room. Wow, this can make the atmosphere more tense. This triggered the challenge of a fight between to divide their honor. As if they are trapped in a Korean drama that makes the heart. Inuzuka gives ring as a birthday present for Persian. It's not just a ring, but hope for a better future, where they can commit to each other to change. They went to school together. As if he said, in this universe, I choose you, even though we both fight.